Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we've been waiting on this one. All excited, no doubt about it. If you love Ozzy Osbourne, we've got the next best thing. The nation's biggest Ozzy Osbourne tribute band with the shortest frontman, 4'8" tall, and he looks and sounds just like Ozzy Osbourne.
Careful, Stephen.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. He's a little bit shorter than me, but not by much. Good morning, little Ozzy. How are you, brother?
Careful, my ass. Careful is not my word.
Oh, that was for Stephen. Sorry.
There you go. Easy on the cussing,
What's
man.
up?
Yeah,
Hey, actually, I'm 4'10" now. I made it 2 more inches, bro.
Hey,
I'll get that.
This is this is pretty cool. You've actually been around Ozzy, talked to Ozzy. He actually said, "Man, you look and sound just like me." I mean, how was it to hang out with Ozzy Osbourne?
Well, that was pretty crazy. That was back in my crazy days when I was kind of acting like Ozzy.
Right.
And if you saw that History Channel episode, you saw me a little whacked out back then.
Well, you're supposed to be Ozzy.
Anyways, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing how far you can get when you're actually you don't know the odds that are against you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It really is. It was pretty crazy. And I'll sum it up real quick because I don't know how long we have, and I can get really into talking a lot. So what happened was when I was 45, 47. I was about 5 or 6 years ago. I needed double hip replacements.
Right.
And I had to cancel all these shows. We had like really cool shows with Bret Michaels, and we were really at a busy stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really depressed, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? I got to take a year off. You know, I can't do that. This is my livelihood. And I went to rehearsals, and I was going to tell the guys that I got a phone call, and I answered the phone. Hello. And this is Ozzy Osbourne. And I said, F you, and I hung the phone up.
Yeah.
And the guys were like, who was that? I said, it's just a prank call, I guess, right? So about 5 minutes later, I get a call from the History Channel, and they were like, you just hung up in the Prince of Darkness' face. And I was like, I looked at my caller ID, and it actually said the History Channel.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is real. So I went in the other room, and they patched me through, and it was Ozzy and Jack. And they were like, you know, Mom loved you so much, and Mom told us when we come to Virginia that we need to meet you and have you on the show. So when he called, they were going to set up a practice space in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Right.
And they were going to actually have him come in, and we were going to perform a song. And then it just kind of time got crunched and everything. And what happened was they said, we're going to invite you to a bistro for lunch with Ozzy and Jack, and we're going to film it, and the band can't come. And the band was about to kill me because they thought they were going to come too.
Oh, yeah.
So they actually came, and they waited outside, and you know, we had lunch, and it was so great. I mean, Jack was such a gentleman. It really blew my mind because when I went in, you know, it took about an hour and a half, but they condensed it to about 3 minutes for the show. But what happened was Jack was like, you know, oh, you're a household name in the Osbournes. Kelly's always like, you know, we should get little Ozzy for this. And I was just like, this is not happening. You know,
right.
These people that, you know, are like, they know who I am. And, you know, 3 years before that, I got a call from America's Got Talent from a talent scout that said we were looking for a little Ozzy to put on the show. That's right. A talent scout, a scripted part for America's Got Talent. And you're going to get 2.5 million viewers the first night. You can sing a song to Sharon. She has no idea you're coming. Howard Stern's going to X you. Howie Mandel's going to X you. And we're going to pay you and fly you to St. Louis to the Fox Theater. And I couldn't buy publicity like that.
Lord, no, you can't. There's no way.
You know?
Yep, no way.
So I went and I did that. And I sang Mama, I'm Coming Home, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I chose that song. And she loved it. And they asked me. And then I got to meet Sharon afterwards. And when I came home to watch it, they had scripted and edited in all these booings that didn't happen when I was there. And they showed the audience Xing me. And I was like, oh, my God, they're killing me. I was like, my heart was hitting the floor.
Right.
I was like, I've worked so hard for this, and they're just making me a laughing stock now. And my daughter called me on the phone and said, Dad, you're trending worldwide on Twitter at like number 6. And I was like,
Hey, that's there. Any publicity is good publicity as long as they
Right.
spell your name right. Folks, go to littleozzybites.com. We're talking to Little Ozzy right now. You can see his website's got all the stuff that's going on with that. But yeah, that had to be awesome. Now, I don't know if you ever seen that edition where they had Ozzy down at Tank Town. That's actually shot in the next county over here where they had Ozzy Osbourne with the
Oh,
tanks.
that's so cool. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, but anyway, they said that he blowed a harmonica the whole time he was down here, about run them crazy.
Well, I think that's the only instrument he can play.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably it. And he's not too good at that, I guarantee it. But now, Little Ozzy Bites, I like that. I was wondering if y'all was eating while y'all were eating up there. Did he have him cook his chicken, or did he eat it raw?
He actually didn't eat, but he ate a small salad and he drank some iced tea.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. You know,
Yeah.
he's been known for biting the heads off stuff. You know how
I know,
that
right?
goes.
For real, he has.
Yeah, but now you're like you're the nation's biggest Ozzy Osbourne, so that, you know, obviously that has worked out for you being on the American Has Got Talent and all that kind of stuff with that. And so, man, have you been touring? Are you back to touring now with
Well,
the
you know,
COVID?
it's getting busier. It completely died when COVID hit. We had, believe it or not, we had flyouts to Cancun to be the entertainment for Def Leppard,
Right.
Motley Crue. We had this big thing lined up, and then we had shows with Disturbed. We had some big festivals, and it was really amazing to watch them call me one at a time and say, we're canceled. So we're living in Florida, and we're like, this is too weird. This is not happening.
Mhm.
And but we, you know, our first big one coming up, we just did some down here in Florida. We're doing Memphis in May 11th at the world's largest barbecue, no batch, but pork, I'm sure, beef. But we're excited to do that. We go to Atlanta the beginning part of May, and then we do May 11th at Memphis in May. Then we go to Virginia, and we're doing the second ever Little Ozzy Fest, which is kind of cool. It's going to be 2 days of nothing but tribute bands.
Yeah.
And
Well, they're
that's gonna
taking
be
off, man. They're taking off. I mean, honestly, and I know several tribute bands. I mean, to me, I think Ozzy Osbourne would be the most fun to be a tribute.
I'm telling you what, if you've never been to an actual Ozfest, you just don't even know.
I mean,
3
it'd have to
days
be-
of like you can't even talk about it. So.
I got a buddy of mine. I know a guy that does a Neil Diamond tribute, and I'm like, why would you pick Neil Diamond out of everybody in the world? That'd have to be like, wake up.
So how did this become a job for you, basically?
Well, you know, it's crazy because I used to design highways for the state of Virginia at VDOT.
Oh, now
That
that
explains
explains it.
Yep. Well, what happened was, it's funny you mentioned Ozfest. I went to Ozfest in 2006, and I was in the audience, and it just started. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning, and at noon, some stagehand comes out there, and he's like, "Look, Ozzy fired our little person last night, and we need you to do a skit. Would you be interested?" And I'm like, this is not happening. This is 2006. So this is the interesting part about my history as far as the music goes. 10 minutes later, I was backstage with All Access. There was Zakk Wylde. It was System of a Down, Disturbed, all these bands, Avenged Sevenfold. And I became friends with the drummer for a band called Between the Buried and Me.
Right.
And 2 weeks later, he called me on the phone and he said, "Look, I have the perfect job for you. There's a little midget Kiss tribute band from New York City called Mini Kiss."
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Mini Kiss?
I hadn't yet, but I'm definitely going to Google them.
Well, what happened was I tried out. I learned all my songs. I got the job. I'd never even been on an airplane before. They flew me to San Bernardino to an Indian casino to play in front of 2,500 people. First show I ever did. When I got there, I brought my guitar. I started to plug it in, and they said, "No, don't plug it in. We don't really play." And I was like, "Is this a joke?
Right.
You told me to learn these songs." So it was glorified karaoke. It wasn't a real band. It was kind of a sideshow act, but they were flying me out of Richmond on a Thursday night. I was playing Vegas on Friday night, Los Angeles Saturday night, and I was back home in my bed Sunday night with several thousands of dollars in my pocket. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. So then it got to a point where it's 5 nights a week, and I left my career and I left it behind. I spent 4 years on the road with Mini Kiss doing this fake band.
And by the way, I just looked them up. This is wild. I just looked up Mini Kiss. Y'all have to look this up.
It's pretty creepy. It is. I was the tallest one in the band for the first time.
So now how tall is Ozzy Osbourne?
Ozzy Osbourne's about 5'8". He's
8?
pretty tall.
Yeah.
5'9", something like that.
So
Which
he's
is
like-
tall for me.
I can hear him now. Hey man, you're like a mini me, dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty shocking for him to tell me that, you're really good, and you sound just like me, to be completely honest. So yeah, I mean, what better uh,
Wait.
compliment can you get from the Prince of Darkness himself?
Yeah, there ain't no doubt. And I mean, he's Ozzy, man. There ain't no doubt. He is. I mean, when you're a one-word name, Ozzy, and then everybody knows exactly who you're talking to.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, but yeah, this is so much fun, man. It's so much fun. But this tribute stuff is really taking off. It's crazy how it does, and people's doing that. Me and Packy's thinking about starting one. We're needing a police officer and a cowboy to complete the group that we're thinking about starting.
Oh yeah, I wonder who that is.
Yeah. Packy's the guy in the leather. Let's just put it that way. Anyway. He fought for that. But yeah, that's it. Now when are you gonna be in Atlanta?
I'm gonna be in Lilburn, is what it's called.
Lilburn? Yep.
Yep, that's gonna be. I can't remember. I think it's the 7th.
Right.
Maybe. My stepson Johnny Lawrence, he plays guitar for me, which is really cool. He's a rock star. He's 20 years old and he rips. I mean, he's a gorgeous, good-looking, young, single rock star.
Right.
And we do an acoustic thing down here full time in St. Augustine because there's so many pubs. And I mean, we go play several nights a week and just rack up.
Right.
And he's really good at playing the audience with tips.
Right.
Show me your tips and things like that. But it's kind of funny because we have a friend that owns a restaurant there. So when we're on the way to gigs, and things, we will play our acoustic duo several places and in between, which is kind of fun. So we'll be in Lilburn a couple nights at a place called Three Blind Mice.
I know that's it.
Yo, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Be there. That's cool. And then Halloween is cool. We're going to. Do you know where Woodstock is?
Woodstock, Georgia. Know it well. Yes, sir.
Mad Life stage.
Mad Life you ever been to Mad Life?
Man, we played there last year and sold 7 tickets from selling out. But they booked us for Halloween this year, October 29th. So
yeah.
I'm pretty convinced it's going to be a good one.
That's a cool place. Yep, that's a cool place. We've actually got to play there.
Place.
Yep, you'll enjoy that. So anyway.
Where are you guys located?
We're in North Georgia, in Hiawassee, a little town called Hiawassee.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, you probably know my buddy George Tingley.
I know George well. Yep, George.
Was at our show, Mad Life.
Yeah, I know George.
And Miss Donna Sue Roberts, I think she's the lady that.
Yep, Donna Sue hooked us up here.
Got me hooked up. She's a real sweetheart.
Only thing about George, every time you get around him, he tries to sell you a dang Harley.
He tried to sell me something.
Yeah.
A Harley or a T-shirt or something.
I just thought that was pretty. That's pretty interesting because when Steven played there, his crowd bought the other 7 tickets.
I didn't even have a crowd. We just did a dress rehearsal.
A dress rehearsal?
Yeah, that's what we did.
What do you play, Steve?
We play. We're hillbilly country, hillbilly outlaw nonsense stuff, man.
Well, that's beautiful. That's not nonsense.
Yeah.
I was born and bred in Virginia, man. We're all related.
If I don't, I guarantee you that. If I looked more like Ozzy Osbourne instead of Jack Nicholson, I'd have probably had a better chance at it. But I look like Jack Nicholson, so I just.
Well, you know what really sucks lately, man? I've put on a little weight, through all this, and I'm trying my damnedest to lose some. But everywhere I used to walk in the stores, and man, you look like a little Ozzy Osbourne. Now I'm walking in there with my glasses on, and like, you know what I'm hearing 2 or 3 days a week? You look like Danny DeVito. I'm like, damn, I just ordered me some prescription Ozzy Osbourne glasses.
Where you look more like him, I'm with you. I don't want to be called Danny DeVito. I don't think you look like Danny DeVito.
Steven gets called Rosie O'Donnell, so
don't
feel bad.
Worry about that. So,
oh, Lord. Yeah. Now, when I was in Minikiss wearing the makeup, I was told I looked like Mimi off that show. Remember that?
That is so funny. Folks, we're talking to Little Ozzy. Go to littleozzybites.com. He's coming to Mad Life. That is right down the street. And then he's going to be in Lilburn. Man, we have got to get to break. Hope we ain't left anything out, but it's been a real pleasure talking to you. I appreciate you coming on.
Man, I love it. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah.
And, also, if you're on Facebook, you can just type in Little Ozzy. And I was very fortunate. They gave me the official check. So I'm like an official public figure. But the cool thing is about that is it really helps my ego.
Well, you tell. Yeah, I'm with you on that. You tell Donna.
Well, we got a community standards violation, so we're trying.
Hey, that's good. I've been in jail a couple times.
Yeah, me too. You get close to Mad Laugh Holler, we get you back on, see if we can't get them last 7 tickets sold for you.
I will love that. LittleOzzyBites.com. And I appreciate you guys so much. And rock and roll!
Well, there you go. Man, you take care.
Later.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.